Well, in this video, I'm going to do a roast on this prankster called Too Much. I don't know if you've seen him. He's a Indian guy, which is ironic because I mean, look, I have respect for Indians, but I'm rather confused because in this case he's I mean pranks by definition are harassment, right? Because you're tricking people. Now, I've heard people say, well, some pranks are harmless and, people are overreacting and stuff. But no, I mean, harmless is subjective because you might not see it as harmless. And if you mean by, them not getting hurt, well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that a prank is harmless just because, someone isn't physically getting hurt because, there's emotional things you have to look at, emotional anxiety and stress. I mean, all this mentally can be harmful for someone's health. So I disagree. And also, I mean, in this prankster's videos, see too much. I'm really surprised his channel hasn't been taken down. I mean, it really should. Now, has he been charged for assault? Because what he's doing is assaulting people, like literally by hitting them with objects. This beanbag prank, for example, where he bumps into people and then claims they didn't see where they were going, so they bumped into him, which is so ironic because obviously he knows what he's doing and he's doing it on purpose. And yeah, I mean, some people do push it back on him, and then there's the one with the plank, hitting people on their heads and shoulders. So, I mean, really, he should be banned totally and also charged, like with what happened with Red and Dirty, who went to jail for assault. Well, I'm going to try my best to get his channel terminated or at least striked. And, people really have to report this channel. I mean, I'm sure many people would see it as well if they watch YouTube and they'd see, I mean, this is totally illegal. All his pranks basically are illegal. I don't think there's any that you could say are not illegal. I mean, there's one where he's touching people on the head as well, and that's illegal too because that's still assault. And there's another one where he's leaning on people and pretending that he's going to fall over. And an undercover cop actually told him because he got the wrong person and he put his hand and pretended that he was leaning on him. And the cop showed his ID and he told him that it is battery and assault because, yeah, you have no right to be touching people you don't know. And also, they can also attack you back, which is the risk. And then you can't claim then that, you were assaulted because you started the assault on a random person. So, it's risky both ways. Either you get hit back or they file for assault. Or, I mean, the other option is they don't do anything and accept it as a prank, which, I mean, yes, you also get that sort of people, but very rarely, or depends, on who you prank. But I'm just not happy overall with, his videos, and also him playing the victim and blaming the other person, which is just atrocious, really. And I mean, for an Indian guy, he's definitely not acting, as an Indian. Again, I'm not saying, I mean, Indian culture usually has good people who are pretty religious. I mean, because India is a religious place, but you get some of these really bad ones who give the culture a shame, and decent Indians, even, I mean, not super religious Indians, but still, I don't think they'd appreciate this level of harassment and assault on random people. And even, his own Indians too get a little bit surprised, and some of them don't like what he's doing. Anyway, I think it's very important that we all try to get him banned, or at least, striked, so he can't upload for a while, because I'm not happy with what he's doing, and I'm sure many other people are not happy. Now, maybe this was a while ago. I don't know if the laws have changed much, but he's going to end up like Red and Dirty and be in prison, or be shot or something, if he doesn't stop this. But maybe that's how he wants to go. And the rest of them. The other one that I'm not happy with is Rebels TV, because he also does these sort of assaulting pranks, which means, again, his channel should be terminated surely by now. I mean, I don't know what's going on, if the courts are taking action or anyone's complained. But again, certainly I will be reporting his channel too for assault. Yeah, it's very important to do that, because otherwise they'll keep doing it, and it will get out of hand. So please, report this Indian guy, see too much. He hasn't learned his lesson, and several people have told him as well. There was another lady that got hit in the face with this beanbag, and she said yes, she can press charges for assault, which I hope she does. And why would you lie anyway? Because everything's on CCTV in stores, so they'll know when they look at the footage. It's obvious that you are not doing this by accident. And anyway, once you say it's a prank, then obviously your intention was to hit them, to make it seem like you want to cause an argument, a scene, basically. So yeah, but you know what, maybe he realized one day when someone takes out the gun. And I've seen as well, I mean, in the news, some pranksters have been shot, deservedly so. So maybe that's how these guys want to end up. They just couldn't care much about their life as long as they get content, which, I mean, it's not worth. I mean, for them, maybe, but if you're not here to enjoy your own content, then what's the point? What good is it? You know, it just it's just a crazy sort of thing to do, and putting other people at risk and yourself, if they were to attack you. And it's totally justifiable, if you're assaulting people first, for them to either one, sue you, or two, attack you. Now, which would I choose? Well, you see, I've never been pranked in real life. Fortunately, you could say. I mean, I would say I can defend myself physically if I need to. After all, I am a black belt in martial arts, so I would say my skill level is there relative to the person, of course, who's doing the prank. But now, if I had a choice, would I choose to attack back or to sue? Personally, I would choose to sue because, I mean, yes, it feels good to defend yourself and, hit back. But you see, then you can't really sue because you've got your own back. I mean, maybe you can, depends how, serious the threat was. But I'd rather sue and not hit them back if possible, or, just restrain them, but not actually, go in for the knockdown punch or whatever, chop, kick, because then, like I say, it wouldn't really be necessary to sue them because you're even. But, I think suing, as I said, would be a better option because then you hurt them financially more than physically. And people don't like to lose money these days. So, I think personally I take their lawsuit and hurt them like that because that's money coming out of their pockets and going into your bank account. So yeah, I would suggest anyone take the lawsuit if you can, because you'll make them think very deeply about the type of pranks they do, and would they really want to keep losing money making this sort of content? I don't think so. Well, I don't know, but I don't think many would after they keep losing money like that and risk getting their career in jeopardy because YouTube can also terminate their channel to drop of a hat. So yeah, do it. We have to stand up for justice and for these rotten pranksters to get either a jail sentence or to get a lawsuit or something to detain them from messing with randoms. I mean, they are some wholesome pranks that I've seen. Like, I mean, with Dizzy, yes, he did funny ones, but very respectful ones too. But then you get other people that just do reckless ones and think it's funny, and some of them actually abuse the people they're pranking, like this Wade on someone, this 16, 17-year-old black chap. He was so disrespectful too, and swearing at people, customers, with his other friends. So definitely he should be terminated as well. But I'll get to him in a separate video. But yeah, that was all I wanted to say for today. We have to stamp very heavily on these pranksters who, just go about ruining people's day for entertainment. So yeah, and especially me as an Indian, it just makes it so cringe. Okay, See you later. Bye bye.